Coming up next, high school volleyball on your sports leader in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
And welcome to Senior Night. First, we would like to salute the seniors of Maple Heights High School. Number 11, Janelle Womack, will be attending college to study physical therapy. Janelle Womack. Number 17, Jasmine Williams. Jasmine will be attending the University of Cincinnati to study physical therapy. Jasmine Williams. Number 18, Kylie Long. Kylie will be studying sports medicine at the college of her choice next fall. Kylie Long. And manager Cheyenne Jackson will be studying sports medicine as well. Miss Jackson. And now, saluting the seniors of Lorain High School. Our first senior is number 4, Emily Van Horn. Emily is a defensive specialist and also our libero. Emily is being escorted by her parents, Dan and Danielle Van Horn, and her sister, Madeline. Emily has been playing volleyball for 9 years. She played CYO volleyball from 4th through 8th grade and has been playing for Lorain High from 9th to 12th grade. She played JV and dressed for varsity her freshman and sophomore year and played varsity her junior and senior seasons. Emily is also one of the captains for the varsity team. Emily is a student at Erie College High School and will be graduating in the spring with her high school diploma along with her associate's degree in arts. She has maintained a 3.9 GPA throughout high school. Emily plans to attend Cleveland State University to major in nursing. Emily would like to thank her family and friends for coming to her games and supporting her always. She would like to thank her family and also thank her teammates' moms for coming to every game and always cheering them on. Special thanks to her mom and dad for doing everything they could so she could play the sport that she loves. Emily would like to thank her coaches for always believing in her and never giving up. She also says, "Thank you, Coach Jackson, for everything you have done for me. I couldn't do this without you. I love you." Emily would like to tell her fellow seniors, remember you can do anything you put your mind to and always live life to the fullest. Lastly, Emily would like to say thank you to her team. None of this would be possible without them. She says, "I am so lucky to have made another family. Thank you for the memories. And remember, keep working hard and never give up. I wouldn't have wanted to spend my last season with any other team. I am so proud of how far everyone has come this season. Good luck next season. I love you all." We love you too, Emily Van Horn. Our next senior is right back, number 8, Amaya Robinson. Amaya is being escorted by her mother, Yvette Pippins, her grandmother, Sulma, her brother, Aaron, sisters, Amari and Adora, and also by 2 of her brothers in spirit, Abraham Pippins and Brian Robinson. This is Amaya's first year as a member of varsity volleyball team. Over the course of Amaya's high school career, she maintained a 3.7 GPA while attending the early college program at Lorain County Community College. Upon graduation, Amaya wishes to attend college and plans to get a degree in MRI technology. She is still unsure what school she would like to attend, but she's ready for the road ahead of her. Amaya would like to thank her friends and family, and especially her team, for the support they have given her throughout the season. Amaya would also like to give a special thank you to Devin Bray for helping her get here today and see her potential. She would like to thank her coaches for helping mentally preparing her for not just the game, but for life. To her teammates, Amaya would like to say that she is thankful she got to be a part of such an amazing family, and she thanks you for making her senior season fun. She wishes each of them luck next season and in their future endeavors. Amaya Robinson. Our third and final senior is middle hitter number 10, Sydney Olivia Patterson. Sydney is being escorted by her parents, Henry and Debbie Patterson, her two sisters, Mackenzie and Natalie, cousin Jamira Tink Oliver, and her grandparents, Lo and Terry Tidmore. Sydney has been a member of the Lorain Lady Titans volleyball team for all 4 of her years at Lorain High School. As a freshman, she was promoted to the JV team and played at the junior varsity level her sophomore year. As a junior, Sydney made the varsity team and was named All-Lake Erie League of the 2017 Conference Championship team. As a senior, Sydney was named as a co-captain of the varsity team and has enjoyed making memories with her teammates as they strive to get better every day. In addition to earning 2 varsity letters in volleyball, Sydney also has earned 3 varsity letters in track and is also a part of several clubs at Lorain High School, such as Key Club, Pep Club, and Big Brothers and Big Sisters. Sydney hasn't decided on where she will attend college yet, but wherever she goes, she is planning on majoring in political science and hopes to follow in her father's footsteps to become a lawyer so that she can be a voice for the people. Sydney's favorite volleyball memory is when she got to help coach the Little Titans Volleyball League. During this event, Sydney got to play games with the kids and was able to create bonds with them during her senior year. As Sydney closes out on volleyball career at Lorain High, she wishes to tell her fellow seniors, "I can't believe we're officially getting old. Dang." To the juniors and sophomores on the team, I just want to let you all know that I am truly honored to say that I had the opportunity to play with such amazing teammates. And I am so proud of you all. And remember, do everything with a purpose. It is now your turn to build up the tradition of Lorain volleyball. Sydney would like to give a special thanks to all of her coaches for taking the time to help make her a better player. She is truly going to miss sitting in the counseling chair every game, making jokes with the coaches. She is also glad that she got to meet Coach Rodriguez and Frank, the fetus. She also would like to thank Sadie for being the best sign maker and cheerleader ever. Sydney would like to give a very special thanks to the queen herself, Coach Jackson. She remembers meeting her for the first time her freshman year, and she thought she didn't like her. However, one day as Sydney was watching practice, Coach Jackson asked if Sydney wanted to practice with JVs, and Sydney instantly said yes. Sydney would like to say, "Coach is such a great woman, and she has helped me throughout my journey. She made a huge impact in my life, and I will be forever grateful to her. I love you so much, and want to thank you, Coach, for everything." Lastly, I'd like to thank all of my family and friends who have supported me throughout everything. Sydney has one last very important message to baby Lauren Elise Taylor. "I love and miss you so much. Lolo, I promise to make you proud. Everything is for you." Sydney Patterson.
And that concludes tonight's senior night activities. We'll be back after this with Lorain and Maple Heights for the LEL Championship.
Inspiring city and campus. Inspiring people. Inspiring creativity. Inspiring hands-on learning. Inspiring global experiences. Inspiring traditions. Be a Buckeye. Inspire.
Good evening and welcome to Lorain High School. Jay Ferguson here along with Jaden Morales, and this is the one for all the marbles. It always seems to come down to this in LEL volleyball. Lorain High Lady Titans 10-1 on the conference season, hosting Maple Heights 11-0 on the conference season. Tonight is the last game of the season for both of these squads. So Lorain High is looking for a share of the conference title it's won the last 2 years over Maple Heights. In fact, I can't remember the last time these two schools didn't finish 1 and 2 in the Lake Erie League. The Titans start with number 1, Julissa Williams, number 2, Ariana Washington, number 3, Aaliyah Thomas, number 4, Emily Van Horn is the libero who will be coming in. Number 8, Amaya Robinson. Number 9, Talia Harris. Number 10, Sydney Patterson. It is senior night. You saw the senior activities. Seniors, Sydney Patterson, 10. Amaya Robinson, 8. And Emily Van Horn, number 4, will all open on the court for the Titans, who will open with the ball in hand for Amaya Robinson. It's the best out of 5. These teams played 5 earlier in the season at Maple. Robinson's first serve is dug up. There's the set. And there's the hit up by Robinson. Good pass by Washington, and then a back row attack. Hit, Van Horn, Washington, Williams. Nice up by the libero, set, dink. That was Talia Harris, and this is Sydney Patterson. If this is how it's going to go, we're going to be in for a good one tonight. Nice shot. Titans open up 1-0 on a great volley and super court vision by number 9, Talia Harris. Number 11, Janelle Womack, is the big girl in the middle and the focus of Maple's offense. The setter is Destiny Jones, number 15. Bumped up by 18, Kylie Long. Sent over by Jones. Set, and it was a double on the hit, and it'll go over to Maple at 1-1. And this is Janelle Womack, number 11, the middle hitter. Float serve, bumped up by Robinson, brought back, and then Van Horn sends it over and deep. Dug twice, but it's going to go down. 2-1 Lorain on top. And for the Titans, number 9, Talia Harris on the line. Short serve off the net, up. Going to come over free from Destiny Jones. Washington, Patterson, into the bench, out. And we are tied at 2. Both of these teams have been looking forward to this game for a long time. And the JV match went 3 games, and Maple won it 26-24. The place was rocking, and it's just kind of stayed electric. That was Harris, Patterson, Van Horn. Nice up there by Jasmine Williams. And sent across, brought back though. Julissa Williams with the nice play. Patterson has to send it across free. Up, set, and a miss by Kamari Finley. And it goes back to the Titans at 3-2. And this is Sydney Patterson. Slams it over, deep corner, up by Bell. Set, good hit, good dig, but then they didn't communicate up front, and the ball goes down without a play. And it goes back to Maple at 3-3. Really nice dig in the back row. I believe that was Amaya Robinson. Number 1, Dominique Richardson, a freshman for Maple. Up, Washington, and out by Aaliyah Thomas. And Maple goes up for the first time at 4-3. And Richardson back on that service line. Up by Robinson. Washington bump set. Sent over by Thomas. Up. Bump set, shot over by 13 Green. Up by Washington. Williams is blocked, and it hits the beam across, coming across the net. It hits the beam. That makes it out, and it'll be point to Lorain. If it hits the ceiling and stays on the same side, you play it. If it hits the ceiling and crosses the net, or crosses the net and then hits the ceiling as that one does, it's a point for the non-hitting team. That's Erie Washington. Put it in play well, one-handed over. Washington. Jersey Fisk on the diagonal hit, up by Bell. Shot over, up by Thomas. Washington. Williams shot it, came right back with one. Van Horn up, Washington, Williams, long. On the touch, though, it'll stay with the Titans. The down official had the touch, and it was right in front of him. So once again, sophomore setter Ariana Washington. Oh, this is Jalissa Williams, excuse me. Fisk gets it up, and Thomas shoots it over. Set, hit. There's the one. We just talked about it. Off the ceiling and staying on that side, you can play it. And Titans unable to, so the serve goes to Maple number 5, Shariah Bell, the libero. Van Horn, Washington, Thomas, up by Williams, set, sent across. Nice by Janelle Womack, directed it to an opening, and Fisk couldn't get there. 6-5 Maple. That one carries long off of Talia Harris, and it's 7-5 Maple. First 2-point lead for either team. They're talking it over. I'm not sure if they're just talking about who's going to call things. That might have been carried long, but it was questionable for sure. Now Van Horn, as the speaking captain, goes up to the tower official. Not sure what the discussion is about. Now going over to speak to the down official. It's for a lineup check. And that is what I have right there. Williams in the number 1 position, Van Horn in the 2 position in place of Patterson. And Harris in the 3 spot in the back row. Ball up and over. They were talking, and again, it's very difficult, as we've said many times in the past, to play the ball off to the side there. That ball's going to go saved by Harris, up by Washington, shot by Harris, bumped up, hit by number 11, Janelle Womack, and it's a 5-point run for Maple. 9-5, they lead in game 1. That one sent back Harris, Van Horn, Fisk into the net, and it's 10-5. A lot of this is self-inflicted right now for the Titans, and they're going to take time and talk things over. Coach Jackson brings them over. Still seems to be some question about lineup and order. But Maple Heights trailed at 5-4, and since then they've run off 6 straight to take a 5-point lead into the first timeout of the match. Kind of a raucous crowd here tonight. Senior night. Maple Heights has as good a following for volleyball as anybody in the Lake Erie League. And you've got a lot of the Titans students here tonight, along with family and friends. For Maple Heights, Yanni Hicks, 28. 17, Jasmine Williams. 11, Janelle Womack up front. In the back, Destiny Jones, 15, is the setter. 5 is serving Shariah Bell, the libero, in white. And also in number 1 is Dominique Richardson. Lorain comes back. Now there's still a discussion with the down official and Coach Jackson. So let's see. Okay, now we seem to be set. Now, all that was about lineup for the Titans. 4 deep to receive, and this one goes short. And all of that conversation did a nice job icing the server. Now for Lorain, number 1 is Jalissa Williams. And she has an ace. Each team with 1, and it's 10-7 Maple. She shoots that one over and short, bumped up, set, on the net though. Now the question from the Maple bench. Now he wants a lineup check. Going over to Val Rossitano with the official book, and they'll talk things over. Now he's going to bring the book out and look. Well, we just had the last 2 servers were 5 and 1, so they should be in the first 2 positions in the back row. And the other back row player is 15. Who is Destiny Jones, the setter. She pushes up as the setter, but lineups look right. Williams into the hole, bumped up by Bell. Hit. Womack, nice up by Williams. Shot over by Washington. Hit up by Fisk. Van Horn. Fisk. Bumped up by Bell. Set by Jones, hit up by Washington. Harris gets blocked and sends it right back up. Nice shoot by Washington. Slams it out, no touch. And it's 10-9 Maple. So Lorain comes back with 4 in a row after being down 5. Jalissa Williams, another short serve, comes back to take the return. Washington the set, Fisk down the line and wide. Good idea by Jersey Fisk, the sophomore hitter, just outside the line. And for Maple, number 18, Kylie Long, is on the service line. She smashes it over to Van Horn. Washington Fisk blocked Harris up but out. And it's 12-9 Maple Heights. Nice touch prior to the Lorain senior night activities tonight was the Lorain players each presenting a flower to the senior Mustangs. Washington gets it up in the air, sent over by Harris. Up, one-handed over, Williams, Washington, Talia Harris, bumped up by Williams. Set by Jones, into the hole for a winner, and it's 13-9. Maple led at 10-5. Lorain cut it to 10-9. Now Maple on a three-point run. Kylie Long, Harris up, Washington. Shot by Thomas into the hole off the net, dug up nicely, sent across. These two teams know how to play defense. Sent over by Harris. Up, sent into the net, and Jasmine Williams will turn it over to Lorain. At 13-10 Maple, Lorain senior libero, Emily Van Horn. Smacks it over in deep to Bell, bumped up, set by Jones, and tossed down by Janelle Womack. And it goes over to Maple at 14-10. Kamari Finley, number 4, into the Maple lineup. The Maple camera seems to be a little bit worse for wear as that got wiped out by the rolling volleyball. Jasmine Williams will be on the service line, number 17. Van Horn, Washington, Van Horn. Up by Long, set by Jones, hit, winner. 15-10, Maple by 5 again. That one sent long. Van Horn plays it. Washington bumps it up, but out. That's one she might have called help for. And the biggest lead of the first set is 16-10 Maple, and they still have the ball with Jasmine Williams. That one sent over. Van Horn. Better pass to Washington. She put it right on the net, though, and it was blocked. Combination of Womack and Finley knocked down Fisk's attempt to tip it over, and it's 17-10. Maple starting to pull away here. Van Horn, Washington, Fisk. That one she got over, but she hit the net. And it's 18-10. Fisk was into the net. Substitution. Janae Harrison in for Jersey Fisk. She looks a little frustrated right now, and they're going to give her a chance to think things over. 18-10, biggest lead of the game. Williams, Van Horn, Washington, Patterson off the block and down. Sydney Patterson with a kill. Stops the leakage for now. Now the Titans need to run off some points here in this critical point of the game. And serving will be number 8, Amaya Robinson, one of the seniors. Robinson into the net for an error, and back to that 8-point Maple lead. TT Green, 13 in for Maple up front. Van Horn, Washington, good talk there. Williams one-hands it over, bumped up. Nice set by Jones, and then tipped over, but outside the cable. Robinson with the good hustle, but a 9-point lead at 20-11. Short service, up. Patterson dinks it over. Up from Jones, hit, whistle, into the net. Number 10, Sydney Patterson, is who they signal it on, and it's a 10-point lead at 21-11. You had to wonder how both teams would react to the emotion of the evening, and thus far, it's been Maple handling it better than Lorain, but of course, Maple has the game in hand. Maple is LEL champion. This match is to see if they share with Lorain. That was Talia Harris. Set. Hit by Finley. Up by Washington. Patterson spanks it down. Up by Long. Set. Into the net by T.T. Green. And it's 21-13. Talia Harris can string some together here. Floats a deep one. Nice pass. Good up by Bell. Set by Jones. Hit. Good dig by Harris. Washington. Williams shoots it deep. Up by Bell. Bump set. Cross court hit. Harris sends it, but no. Good play by Harris. Washington bumps it back across. Good defense there. There's the set on the net. And you couldn't have taken it and dropped it any better than Kamari Finley just did in the back corner. The lead is back to 9. Maple Heights can sense the first one now. Up from Robinson, Washington. Williams off the block, bumped up by Bell. Set by Jones, blocked by Patterson. They're still playing. A little bit of premature celebration there for Lorain. This is Sydney Patterson, number 10. That one goes into the net on the error. 23-14. Number 1, Dominique Richardson for Maple Heights, the freshman, looking to try and close out game 1. It smacks that one deep to Harris. Washington, back row attack from Robinson. Pass goes into the net, and that's going to be a point for Lorain. One of the few times that Maple has made a passing error, Shariah Bell just put that one a little too tight to the net for Destiny Jones to handle. Ariana Washington, number 2, the sophomore setter. Deep, up and over. Williams, Washington, Harrison. Too long, and it's 24-15. Right idea. Just got a little too far behind it, and it carried. Maple Heights has Shariah Bell on the line for the first game. Up by Talia Harris. Ari Washington. Bumped over by Janae Harrison, and that one's going to be a point to Lorain. Okay, no pressure, Jalissa Williams. We need 8 in a row to stay alive. One's over into the hole, bumped up by Jones and sent across by Womack. Washington might have got away with one there, one-handed by Thomas. Set by Womack, cross court. Williams up, Washington, and then they look at as game 1 hits the floor. So we played one. Maple Heights takes the first one, 25-16. The teams will change ends, and we'll be back with game 2 after this timeout.
Stop texting and driving. If not for you, for me.
Lorain High gets set to break the huddle and come out for game 2. They were handled rather easily by Maple in the first game, 25-16. And it was as close as 10-9 Maple Heights led. And they just pulled away from there, going on a 15-6 run to close it out. They led by as many as 10 at 21-11, and the Titans were never able to get back in. Now they'll check the lineups. Let's see for Lorain. It looks like Janae Harrison, number 11, Talia Harris, number 9, and Sydney Patterson, number 10, will start up front. Emily Van Horn replaces Aaliyah Thomas for Lorain in the back with Jalissa Williams and Ariana Washington. Maple will serve with number 11, Janelle Womack. Also in the back row, 17 and 18, Jasmine Williams, Kylie Long. Up front, number 15, Destiny Jones is the setter. Bumped up by Williams. Up from Washington, Patterson sends it over but out. Also up front for Maple, TT Green, number 13, and 4, Kamari Finley. Another deep serve to Van Horn, Washington, and Harrison into the net. It's 2-0. Based on what I saw the first game, Janelle Womack, number 11, is the Mustangs' best all-around volleyball player. She plays the back row, serves, and is a good blocker hitter. Van Horn into the net, and she doesn't miss many of those, and it's 3-0. Let's hope the Titans can fight off the game 1 hangover. Womack again. Williams, Washington. Go to your senior, Patterson, bumped up by Womack. Set by Jones, then knocked over. Williams, Washington, Patterson. Jones, hit by Bell, up, Washington. Harrison shoots it deep and finds a hole. Good vision by Janae Harrison. Puts the Titans on the board. Amaya Robinson comes in for her to serve and play the back row. 3-1 Maple as the Titans get the ball for the first time in game 2. Robinson sends it deep. It's bumped up, passed by Jones, and then Green hits it into the net for Lorain's second point. Lorain really had a problem stringing together more than 2 points at any time in the first game. Robinson, that's Bell that digs it up there, set by Jones, and then hit by Finley. Up from Washington, dinked over by Harris. Patterson puts it down. Came back to the net, and Sydney Patterson knew what to do and put it back off the block and straight down for the tying point. All tied up at 3. Good serve from Robinson. Some nice pass there to Jones. That was Green. Then Washington changes up. Set by Jones, shoot by Green. Washington, Patterson off the top of the net. Comes back, Patterson, Washington. Good defense from both teams on the quick turnarounds. And that one, nice shot by TT Green. And Maple goes back up at 4-3. And back to serve, number 15, the setter, Destiny Jones. She did not serve in the first game. Bumped back, Van Horn, Washington, Williams, off the block and down, back to Lorain. Talia Harris for Lorain. Floats one over, up from Jones. Set by Hicks, and then Williams up, Washington up. Williams hits off the block, she bumps it back up. Washington, Harris gets it over, shot right back. Williams up from Robinson, and Washington shoots it over into the net. That wasn't pretty, but that was good defensive volleyball by both teams on all those quick changes. And Talia Harris stays on the line. Up from Jones. Set by Hicks. Nice dig by Van Horn. Washington, Williams. Up from Williams. Jones hit by Green. Set from Washington. Back row attack from Robinson. Ball is going to go out. It'll stay with the Titans at 6-4. Titans never had a 2-point lead in game one. Talia Harris again. Over but deep to Bell. Up from Jones. And that was Finley. Washington. Williams. Finley. Jones. Bell off the net. Williams up. Shoot by Washington. That is Bell. Jones. And sent over but out by 28, Yanni Hicks. And Lorain goes up 7-4. Maple Heights coach is the one doing the let's calm down girls this game. As the Titans are on a 7-8-1 run now on the ace. It was 3-0 Maple. It's 8-4 Lorain in game two. Maple took the first. If you're just joining us, settle in. The LAL conference title is, at least half of it is on the line. Bell, Jones, and Green into the net. 9-4 Lorain. And timeout Maple. And this is just a calm down and do what you did in the first game timeout for them. So they take time, and we're going to step away. We'll be back with more after this timeout.
The Warriors to Work program makes it possible for wounded warriors and their families to build new lives together.
When my dad left, I was like this big, but now I'm like this big. My dad got a master's degree in human resources.
Thanks to Warriors to Work that my dad has a terrific job.
The Wounded Warrior Project helps him by, giving him another start.
Now that my dad's home, I get a lot more hugs.
I'm really proud of him.
Find out more about Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home the brave.
Lorain breaks the huddle from the timeout with a 9-4 lead, and Talia Harris back on the service line. Again, floats it deep to Jones. Hicks. Finley gets it over. Back row attack. Nicely done. Robinson and Patterson sends it, but not over. And the timeout serves to break the momentum. And Maple gets the ball back, trailing 9-5. Number 1, Dominique Richardson into the lineup to serve. She slams it back, brought partially back, and then sent into the net. The serve, a little too much for Amaya Robinson to handle. And Harris got it partway back, but they couldn't send it over. Richardson again. Van Horn. Washington. Double hit. They're into the net. Ariana Washington hit the net after she set that ball, trying to get out of the way of Sydney Patterson. 9-7 Lorain. Richardson for the third time here. Spins one, Harris. Washington. Patterson going to send it deep. Set from Jones. Hicks with the winner. And it's 9-8. Off the block, but down for Yanni Hicks, 28. Robinson Harris. Van Horn dumps it across. Hicks. And dinked into the net up from Patterson, and then Titans roll it over the top of the net. Harris, Washington, and Patterson can't get it across, and we're tied at 9. Titans a minute ago had a 5-point lead. They'd been down by 3 and up by 5. Maple looking to go back on top with Richardson. Van Horn, Harris, Washington sends it over free. Hicks, Jones, Bell. On the touch. It'll stay with Maple and 10-9. I couldn't tell if that was touched or not. The call was out from the line judge, but the up official had a touch. And it's 10-9 Maple Heights. Richardson, knuckleball to Van Horn. Patterson, shot across, but not, they got away with one there. It never went across the net. Hicks, Bell, up from Van Horn and over by Williams. Up from Bell, set by Jones, shot by. The Titans can't get it back across the net. And that is now 7 in a row for Maple. They've gone from 9-4 to 11-9. Richardson up from Talia Harris. Ari Washington, Jalissa Williams sends it out. And it's down 3 at 12-9 Maple. Titans are leaking oil, and they're going to take time to talk things over. Let's hope that they can come out of the timeout huddle as well as Maple did out of theirs, because Maple Heights trailed 9-4 when their coach took a timeout. And since then, they ran off 8 straight to take a 12-9 lead. So from -5 to +3 without giving up the serve. And for Lorain, it's just a matter of getting back to the fundamentals, talking to one another and being ready to move their feet. They've gotten a little stagnant out on the court, and the Titans need to play great defense against teams to be in volleyball games, because they don't have a lot of size. So they're going to have to hang their hats on their defense, and right now it's let them down a little bit. So the situation is freshman Dominique Richardson will serve once again. The 8th serve for her goes out. And just like it worked for Maple Heights, the timeout breaks the Maple. Lorain's timeout breaks Maple's streak. And Sydney Patterson, senior, on the line. Over and deep to Bell. Jones. T.T. Green puts it down. And it's 13-10. Van Horn in to play the back row for Patterson. Shariah Bell, number 5 for Maple Heights. It's up. Robinson. Thomas, and then sent over. Jones. Hicks. Nice pass from Robinson. Williams shoots it into the middle. Up from Womack. Up again from Jones and sent across. Washington sends it over and deep. Bell, Jones, Womack out. Point to the Titans. Janae Harrison in, replacing Amaya Robinson, serving for Lorain. Number 2, setter Ariana Washington. She slams one over and deep, bumped up. Jones puts it right on the net. It's tipped over. Good anticipation by Harris. Set, block, and then Harrison had no choice but to hit it twice as it just hugged her body. And at 14-11, Maple gets the ball back. Into the lineup to serve, number 18, Kylie Long. Van Horn, Washington, tipped over by Thomas for a winner. 14-12. Now this is the point in the game where Lorain has to string some points together. Jalissa Williams will serve. That one's going to go into the net, and on the service error, it's going to go back to Maple. Jasmine Williams, number 17, will serve to our left. That one's deep. Williams. Washington can't get there. That ball had enough topspin that it just ate Jalissa up. She was backpedaling, and that ball seemed like it was following her. 16-12 Maple. Another one, Williams. That's better. Harris. Washington will dump it across. Up. Jones. Womack. There's a winner. 17-12. Biggest lead of the game for Maple. This is the first game where they pulled away too. Up from Van Horn, Washington. And miscommunication, and the ball goes into the net, and it's 18-12. Jasmine Williams. Slams that one over. Up from Jalissa. Washington. Shot across by Talia Harris. Nice up. And then Womack. Up from Washington. Thomas. Boy, they kept that alive. Up from Williams. Washington. Harrison. Up from Jones. Womack to the back row. Sent over by Williams. Nice dig by Van Horn. Harris tips it. Up from Williams. Washington shoots it back to Bell. Jones sets. Finley blocked but bumped it up. Bell. Harrison sends it right back. Up from Womack. Shot across by Williams. Washington tipped by Thomas. Womack down. 19-12 Maple. Jasmine Williams, number 17 for the Lady Mustangs. Up from Williams. Washington bump sets. Talia Harris dumps it across. Williams up. Jones set. Womack hit. Up from Washington. Off the net and unable to be saved, and it's 20-19. And you feel the Titans in some danger now here in game two. Big problems. Down 8. Williams, Van Horn. Williams, and over by Van Horn. Bell, Jones dumps it over up from Harris, and then up, knocked out of play, and it's 21-12. We were here last game. Over. That's Williams. That's Washington. Van Horn from the back row. Bell up. Up from Finley. Knocked over by Womack. And for a winner. Maple can taste game two now. Up from Harris. Williams, Van Horn smacks it over but out. And it's 23-12. Incredible turnaround as the Titans led this 9-4. And since then it's 19-3. Williams. Washington. Harrison tips it over. Womack sends it right back. That's just lack of experience. Janae Harrison sent it over and then turned away from the net. And it's 24-12. Williams, Washington, Van Horn off the block and down. 24-13. And Emily Van Horn goes to the service line. Sydney Patterson comes back. Well, Emily, we need 11. Deep, up by Bell. Womack sends it across. Van Horn, Washington, Patterson. Nice save by Bell, up by Jones, but on the net. Point to Lorain. 24-14. On the floor for Maple, and on the ace, Lorain goes up down 24-15. Emily Van Horn, yet again, one of the three seniors here on senior night. That's Bell, that's Jones, and that's Womack. And Womack hits it. They called it in. That is a good call. He was blocked, and the down official called it out. And from our vantage point up here in the press box, we could see that that one was wide, and it's 24-16. Now the Maple Heights coach just kind of turns away and shakes his head and said, "We're still up 8. I'm not too shaken up." Up, Jones, Womack, Williams up. Washington goes to get it. Williams shoots it over and deep. Bell, Jones, Finley off the block. Washington, and Harrison unable to turn it. And just like the first game, the Titans drop game 2, 25-16, and we'll be back with third game action after this timeout.
Can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, "No thanks, not my thing."
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
The two teams return to the court for game 3 of this best-of-5 match. Maple Heights in control, 2-0. Lorain will start game 3 with the ball. Amaya Robinson, one of the 3 seniors, who's back on the service line. Also out there for Lorain, number 3, Aaliyah Thomas. 1, Julissa Williams. 2, Ariana Washington. 10, Sydney Patterson. And 9, Talia Harris. Maple across the front has 11, Janelle Womack. 15, Destiny Jones. And 4, Kamari Finley. In the back, the libero, Shariah Bell, just came in. She is joined by Jasmine Williams, 17, Kylie Long, 18. T.T. Green is the player that was replaced in the back row. Now Van Horn comes in for Thomas in the back row for Lorain. Robinson will open game 3. Service is deep to Williams. Up from Jones. Across by Finley. Up from Williams. Washington, Van Horn. Over but out. Maple starts the game 1-0. And on the line, Janelle Womack. Floated back. And Patterson. One of the few times Maple looked confused and nobody played that ball. Patterson found the hole and it stayed open. And Titans get the serve back with Talia Harris, number 9. She smacks it over but deep up. Williams, shot across by Green. Washington, Patterson. Long had it, bumped up by Jones, and then Finley, Washington, Williams. Not off the block, just wide. And it'll stay with Maple. Number 15, Destiny Jones, the setter, is on the service line to our right. Talia Harris, Ariana Washington, Amaya Robinson sent it across. Comes back off the block, up from Robinson, sent over and into the hole by Emily Van Horn. Excuse me, I'm getting a little bit giddy. And now it's Sydney Patterson for Lorain. One of the 3 seniors along with Van Horn and Robinson. Sydney sends it across, bumped up. Hicks, Finley, whistle, into the net. One of the few errors Maple has made. And the point will come back to Lorain without having to play it. It's Patterson again. Sends it over and gone. And the service error turns it back to Maple. Van Horn returns this time for Patterson across the front. Or across the back, rather. For Maple, number 1, Richardson. Dominique Richardson, freshman on the line. Sends it over, up from Robinson, but wide, and Maple on top, 4-3. Each of these first 2 games started with a back and forth. Lorain took a 5-point lead in the game 2, but Maple came back with 12 in a row. And the service error there sends it back to the Titans, tied at 4. Lorain sophomore Ari Washington on the line. Janelle Harrison into the front row for Robinson. Janae Harrison, excuse me. Over and deep, Richardson, Jones. Shot across and in, and that was T.T. Green. And it's 5-4 Maple. And they have the ball back. And their libero, Shariah Bell, will be serving. She slams it over, up from Williams. Washington, Thomas. Shot across by Womack. Washington, Williams finds a hole. Starting to read the angles a little bit. Nice shoot by Jalissa Williams, and then she gets to go back and serve. Short serve to Bell, up from Jones, fist. Thomas sends it right back. On the net, comes down on the Maple side. Hicks just put her hitter in too close to the net, and Lorain was able to control that. Sophomore, Jalissa Williams, Bell, Jones, and put down by Womack. Substitution for Maple. Kylie Long, number 18, in to serve, replacing Yanni Hicks. Ball up. Talia Harris, Ari Washington, Janae Harrison. Bumped up. Bell has it. It's going to send across and out by Womack. Never got the shoulders square on that one. And the Titans go back up 7-6. Patterson back. Van Horn on the service line. Sends it across. Into the net it went. Two Maple players collided going after it, and they couldn't get it up in the air, and then there was a call of in the net from number 15, Destiny Jones, but it mattered not as the ball hit the ground. Van Horn. Bell. Shot across. Van Horn. Washington. Harrison. Janae Harrison, number 11. Another sophomore puts it down. 9-6 Lorain. Van Horn skims the top of the net. Richardson up. Womack into the net, and it's 10-6 Lorain. Timeout Maple. Now we know how this worked out for last game. Titans were up 9-4. Maple took timeout, and before you knew it, Maple was up 12-9, running off 8 in a row. Titans they have no room for error as they trail 2-0 in the match. Maple already clinched at least a tie in the LEL League Championship race, with Lorain a game behind and needing a win tonight to tie things up. See him working on a couple of the lower backs of the Titans over there in the timeout huddle. Lorain comes back out. Van Horn on the service line. Ball up, over, eats up Shariah Bell, and it's 11-6 Lorain. Well, they've got to stay in control. They've got a little bit of a lead, but in each of the first 2 games, Maple's had a huge run. Bell, Jones, Womack, Van Horn up. Patterson tried to, but Womack knocked it down. And it's 11-7, ball over to Maple. Kamari Finley in for Richardson. And Maple has Jasmine Williams, number 17, on the line. Nice serve, Williams, Washington, Van Horn, Bell, Jones, Finley, Van Horn, Washington, Patterson, up by Jones. Womack sets, back row attack from Williams. Up, Patterson dumps it across. That's Long, Jones, Finley, up from Williams. Washington, Harris sends it back on the diagonal. Over and out from number 15, Destiny Jones, and it's 12-7. And that is the kind of point the Titans need. They need to muddy it up and make the other team hit it back. For Lorain, number 8 is Amaya Robinson, another senior. She replaces Janae Harrison to serve. Bell, Jones, Finley, right on the line. You couldn't have placed it. She's had a couple of those tonight where you'd say, boy, if you took it back there and dropped it, you couldn't have done any better. And we've gone once around for Maple because number 11 Janelle Womack is on the line. She's a good player. She is a senior and got an ace. And it's 12-9. Ball just died in front of Amaya Robinson. Another short one up from Harris. Washington. Harris dumps it over. Williams up. Set by Jones. Hit and down off the block of Sydney Patterson. And it's 12-10. Womack again. Williams. Robinson. Patterson. That was down. Didn't move their feet, and it's 13-10. Ball out to Lorain. And for Lorain, number 9, Talia Harris. Floats one deep. Jones up. Shot across by Green. Williams on the net, and Green put it down, but out. And Lorain catches a break there. 14-10. Talia Harris again to serve. We could use another run like she had in game 2. Up, Jones, Bell down. That was Green, excuse me, but it was down assertively so. T.T. Green puts it down. And on the rotation, the Maple setter, number 15, Destiny Jones, will serve. Harris, Washington, Williams, short, up by Jones. Finley found a hole. 14-12, Lorain. Jones, that's Robinson, and Van Horn knocks it across. Up from Hicks. That was a set play, and nicely done by T.T. Green. She got the little running start and got a good set from Yadi Hicks, who was able to put it down. That was Robinson, Washington, Williams. Up from Green. And down, Patterson with the block. Saves the lead for Lorain at 15-13. Senior Sydney Patterson goes back to the service line, and these seniors have to be thinking, is this the last time I do this in this gym? Patterson back to Bell. Jones. Green out. 16-13. Patterson. Up from Bell. Jones makes a good play, and then it's sent across by Hicks. Harris, Washington, Thomas. Oh, finding a hole is T.T. Green. And it goes over to Maple. Number 1, Dominique Richardson. 2 big long names for a little tiny girl, comes in to serve. She is a freshman. Lorain leads by 2, 16-14. Oh, that one just ate Robinson up. And it's 16-15. Same serve, Robinson, Washington, and then Thomas. Hicks, Green off the top of the net, and that'll be not over and point to the Titans. And for Lorain, sophomore Ariana Washington. Janae Harrison, number 11, in replacing Amaya Robinson for the front row. Washington deep to Richardson. Jones, Hicks, up from Van Horn, up from Harris. Washington sends it over deep. Bell, nice pass to Jones, and Green off the block and then played by Thomas, but she got the next. T.T. Green stayed with it 2 blocks in a row, and that second one brought Maple to within 1 at 17-16. And for the Mustangs, number 5, Shariah Bell sends that one floating over to Harris. Van Horn, Harrison, nice up there from Williams. Jones and Womack ties us up at 17. Now, if there's anything good about it, the Titans have been out of the matches at this point, and there's an ace for Bell. 18-17 Maple. That was close. The 2 people who had the best looks at it were Talia Harris and the line judge, and they both looked down and saw it hit in. Harris pass into the net, and it's 19-17 on the back-to-back aces from Shariah Bell. Maple Heights bench is feeling it now. Serves that one over but out. And it's 19-18. And for Lorain, number 1 is Jalissa Williams. Smacks it over into the net, and it's 20-18. And Maple goes back on serve with number 18, Kylie Long. Williams, Washington, Thomas. Bell up, Jones, Williams. Up from Williams. Washington, shot from Talia Harris. Jones puts Womack on the net. Washington nice up. Thomas plays nice, and then Harris dumps it over. Jones sets. Williams hits. Washington passes. Harrison, and then Thomas. Bell slides in. Jones, Womack up from Van Horn. Washington, Harris off the block and down. Another good point. And Titans pull within 1. Sydney Patterson in now for Aaliyah Thomas. Lorain senior Emily Van Horn. Jones, Williams, down on the touch, and it's 21-19 Maple.